Yep. Simon, where do you stand on this? My take on it is that it beggars belief that someone would go into record and then that gets into the public domain. It gets put out on social media.
But why?
When Arnold pitches up in all good faith and says, I will meet you and we will have a chat.
Why would you say...
And let's just keep it to ourselves.
No, but hold on. Right. First of all, fans don't necessarily want to hear from you. They want to hear you saying what they want to hear. Right?
Yeah.
So there is a difference, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that, we want to hear from you. No, they want to hear what they want to hear from you. If you're saying something as a Man United chief executive, why would you say something in private to a group of fans, which is never going to be private, that you wouldn't be prepared to go and be on record for?
Do you think it was never going to be private?
Well, of course it bloody well wasn't.
Would you have gone to that? Would you have gone to have a meeting with fans like that?
Well, I wouldn't say what he said. I wouldn't say, and I worry how we're going to get this sorted for the future.
Well, hold on. Before you go to that, Simon, let's just put something right here. He was lured to that meeting, really, under not false pretenses, but he was worried about them turning up, demonstrating outside his house. That's why he called them.
So what?
No. So
go there and say the things that you mean. Stand by.
But why would you go and meet people?
Because that's what you do.
They're not. They're portraying themselves as genuine fans. Genuine fans who want an intelligent
about this?
A genuine fan who wants an intelligent conversation. A, doesn't start secretly recording, and B, doesn't threaten to come out get outside your house.
Hold on.
So these idiots don't deserve this.
But I agree with that, right? If we believe that to be the case, that ultimately he's been lured there by the very nature of a threat they're going to campaign.
So he's turned up.
If we believe that to be the case, then that's not a basis for a meeting, right?
Correct.
Put that to one side. So you've accepted that. You're going to go to the meeting.
Yep.
There's nothing you should be saying to this group of people that you're not prepared to say in the public domain.
Correct.
Right? Because you're the chief executive of Man United. You shouldn't be talking about, and I worry how we're going to get this sorted for the future. You should know how we're going to get it sorted for the future. The challenge that you have is if you're going to tell these Manchester United fans that you need to have an investor to fund this football club to build a stadium, and you're going to use Tottenham as an example, if I'm a Man United fan, I'm going to come straight back over the fence at you and go, then the Glazers took 1.5 billion in interest payments over the last 15 years and dividends. Why didn't they stop taking that, and then they wouldn't need to go to funders to build a stadium? Because Roman Abramovich was absolutely going to fund Chelsea through borrowing money. Everyone thinks Abramovich was going to build that new stadium with his own money. No, he wasn't. He was out in the marketplace trying to raise funding with his personal guarantee behind it as a matter of fact to build that stadium. So there's nothing wrong with borrowing money. But in the space where Man United are, the United fans are going to go straight back and go, You've taken £1.5 billion in interest over the 17 years that you've been there, servicing a debt that you should never have laid on this football club in the first place. So I do understand their premise. But Richard Arnold sat in that meeting. If you are that stupid and that gormless and that naive and that wet behind the ears that you're going to sit there and think that what you're saying isn't going to find its way into the public domain, either by a recitation of someone verbally giving back what you've said or someone recording it, what the hell's the matter with you?
What did he say that was untrue?
Nothing. So what's wrong with it?
So that's fine, isn't it? So what's the issue?
Here's
the issue.
So here's the issue.
Goes in.
He's saying the issue is he didn't have the answers.
I'm with Danny. He goes there with all heart and goodwill, sits opposite them.
So what's the
is
problem?
honest because he hasn't said anything that's untrue. And some characters got a phone.
So what's the problem?
Under the table, recording them.
So, but Jim, be a grown up. You're going into a room. You're in a public domain environment.
Is it not about trust?
Oh, come off!
Well,
it's about being realistic. And by the way, why would Manchester United be unhappy about one iota of this content? It's what their chief executive thinks, isn't it?
It's my understanding.
If you don't think
they're
it,
disappointed.
don't say it.
They're disappointed.
Can I just...
Oh, get over it.
Simon, let me ask you
they'll get over it. There was a fan right to record them.
In an ideal world, you would like to think that people would take things at face value.
Don't dance around it. There's a fan right to record them.
No,
they're always going to.
In the real world, you expect it. You price it in.
You price it in.
Grow up. Be an adult. You're supposed to be the chief executive of the biggest football club in the world.
If these are genuine fans...
What are you crying about now, then?
If these are genuine fans, Jim, who care about the thing, why didn't they have those questions and retorts back? Why didn't they have the answers?
Well, we've got a framework of it, but I'm sat there thinking to myself, we've got a nuanced conversation that we haven't heard the entire length and breadth of it. But I guarantee you someone must have turned around and said, you've got to go and borrow money to buy the stadium. Well, maybe if the Glazers hadn't taken these interest payments by servicing an ordinate debt that they shouldn't have put in the football club in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
It's a great point. I'm not going against you. What I'm saying is that if you're an intelligent, articulate group of supporters who care about the club, firstly you're getting him there by putting a bit of fear of God into him by saying we're going to be outside your house where you and the kids.
Well, you don't have to have a fear of God to get the old bill round and clear them away.
It's easy to say when you're.
I've had it, Danny. I've had it. But when I lost the football club, I had it,
But
mate.
people outside your house, if you're in Manchester way and lives in an area and he's starting to think a bit fearfully, he turns up there, not with goodwill.
So with
He
respect,
turns
right?
up there,
So someone can threaten you, right? So then so next thing is, we'll threaten you every single time we want something. You have to draw a line and say, I'm not going to be threatened into something.
Correct.
So I will do it because I want to do it. I will do it in an environment that suits me.
Yeah,
I
but they
will
want
control
more
the
communication,
processes.
Sammy. They want more communication, so he gives them
No,
communication.
They don't, Jim.
He
They
gets
don't want more communication.
Not only does it, that's what they've been asking for.
Jim, you're missing my point, and I'm not trying to be a bully in this. They don't want communication. They want the answers that they want. They want to be told that the Glazers are going to bugger off. They want to be told that the Glazers are going to buy a new stadium for whatever, build a new stadium with no cost implications to Man United. They want to be told that Man United are going to win the league.
The first step towards that is him getting in front of them, which he did do.
He got in front of them, and there's admiration for that. But what you're saying, Simon, I think, trying to interpret what you're saying here, is that he should have been better prepared and have better answers than he gave.
No, I think his answers are fine. Stand by him. What are you whining about? Why are you crying?
So
Why
whose
are Man
side are
United
you on?
happy?
Again, it gets
I'm
back.
on no one's side.
It gets back to this, Simon, where the fan was the fan right to record the conversation without Arnold knowing it under the table.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When they walked through the door, did Richard Arnold stand there with his little group saying, "I want you to sign a waiver saying that you're not recording"?
Put your phones in. Put your phones in.
No. It's not as
It's the
crazy
real
as
world
that.
we live in.
Maybe Richard Arnold would have thought, they're not going to record this because I've
then
come
he's
here
a
in all good
gongoless
faith.
buffoon then, isn't he?
He might have said, listen, this is between ourselves, guys. I'm meeting you in good faith, so let's have a chat.
So let me get this right. These people that threatened him into coming to a meeting that were going to...
Not directly threatened.
Okay, that we're going to turn up outside his house, are to be trusted and believed as people that are pillars of society.
We'll put it out. Actually, we will put it out. We'll put it out. United fans have been screaming, like other fans, like Tottenham fans as well, on to Daniel Levy. We want to hear from you. What happens? Levy gets in touch with them. So they get the communication they want. They even heard from the Glazers. Now then, don't interrupt me. I'm heading to the break.
With an iPhone.
Here's the situation. He gives them what they want, and they record them.
So
and they
what?
stick it out in the public domain. United fans,
They're idiots.
we want to hear from you. Danny calls you idiots this morning for doing that. Were you right to do that? Was the certain United fan, whoever he or she, was he right, he or she, to record the conversation?
You'd have done
Arnold's
it
knowledge?
You'd have done it if you'd have been there.
Without his knowledge, I would not. I would not. You've always got to tell somebody when you press record.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB